This is the Padres POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the San Diego Padres. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
There we go. We got it. Come on. There we go. What is up, Padres fans? Welcome to your Padres podcast. My name is Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease. I'm hearing a little bit of a hiss there. I don't know where that is right there. All right. So if you're hearing a little bit of a hiss, let me know in the chat if you don't mind. See if I can get rid of that. All right, so there we have it. All right, we are here with your Padres postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, G-R-I-E-S, at Jim Grease _. Make sure you smash that subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when we're coming your way with more content. And while you're at it, come on in. Say what's up in the comments. And I don't know if you're hearing that little bit of a shh. No, we're good. Okay, thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. Not bad for a team that didn't spend well. Looks like they did have to. You have a really good team. LGSD is the hashtag. There you go. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate you, my man. And yeah, what an unbelievable team this has been so far. I mean, I've got pages of notes to go through here. I don't need them. I mean, this is exciting baseball, right? 7-0. They beat the Cleveland Guardians tonight at Petco. Beautiful, beautiful display of baseball. I'm talking pitching. Obviously, lights out. Michael King, the second start. We called it last night on the show. He struck out 11 in 5 innings, left with a 3-0 lead. Masterful command, changeup working, two-seamer working, four-seamer working, everything working for all you want to be is Diggy down with the king. The king, there's a reason they have him as the ace, right? And Musgrove was in the TV booth tonight, right? He should still be out there pitching. Yu Darvish on the shelf. It hasn't mattered. There have been 9 shutouts thrown in Major League Baseball this season. The Padres have thrown 3 of them. 3 of them in their 6 games, and what a start for them. They sweep the Braves, and now 2 in a row against the Guardians. And look, the Braves, a playoff team. They played the Braves in the playoffs last year. The Guardians in the ALCS, they were the Central Division champions. These are not weak American League team. The Guardians, not a weak American League team, and obviously the Braves are a really good team as well. So 2 good teams coming in here, very good, or so we think, to start the season. And the Padres pretty much have their way with them. Couple of close games. There was a 4-3 game and a 1-zip game in the Atlanta series, but it was 7-4. You know, it's 5-0. It's 7-2. This team is special. Jackson Merrill hit his first home run tonight. Cronenworth came in as a pinch hitter, drove in 2 runs. Tatis in the middle of everything again. Manny with a couple more hits. They're playing really great defense. But the most impressive thing by far, well, the pitching has been phenomenal. But the most impressive thing about this team so far, because you take the King start, you take the Vasquez, and you take the Pivetta start. Those are 3 real good starts, right? And then the bullpen's been tremendous, lights out. You know, Matsui struck out 2 and walked 2 tonight. You're like, oh, my God, they took a reliever out because he walked a guy. But that was the extent of it. Anyway, my point is, all that said, I think the most impressive thing about this team is the way they run the bases, man. They are literally hell on wheels. They had Jose Ramirez dropping a pop-up tonight, straight up in the infield. And I've been on the field. I mean, if you played baseball or any sport, but baseball in this case, or softball, and you've been on the field when the other team has a rally like that, man, and it shakes you, it rattles you. When they're relentless like the Padres are, they scored 2 runs in an inning without a hit. 2 runs in an inning without a hit. Think about that for 1 second. Walks, fielder's choices, errors. They had 2 runners beat out a double play ball at the same time. The guy getting the second was safe, and the runner to first was safe. On a double play ball. I mean, this is unbelievable what they're doing. Jason Adams is as good as any reliever in baseball. King pitched as good as any starter could pitch. You got Tatis, you got Manny. They're all world. This team's doing something this year. This team's doing something special this year. If you were worried about a fall off, if you were worried about the offense not being what you think it could be, or the rotation with Darvish, and Musgrove wants to come back in October, they might not need him. Yeah, 22-plus scoreless innings. That's right, Richard. They've given up 1 run all year, the bullpen. 1 run all year. And I believe it was in the 7-4 game. I think it was the first game of the year when King came out after 2 2/3. I think that's the only game they've allowed a run. I could be mistaken. That's a long time ago in a lot of baseball. But man, oh man, what a win for the Padres tonight. You are watching your Padres postcast, your team every day right here in the Locked On Podcast Network. I want to thank you for making us your first listen, first watch every day. You have choices. Maybe not as good as us, but you have choices. And I'm kidding, but I'm not really, because we really appreciate you. And we love having you here. Thank you so much for making us your first watch or listen every day. We're free here on YouTube, Locked On Padres Postcast. We're free wherever you get your podcasts, and that would be Spotify, that would be Apple Podcasts, that would be, you know what I mean, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever you get your audio podcast. And we are free. You down with OTT? Yeah, you know me. This whole party is on Roku as well, as we take over the world with the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day, and your team, the Padres, with a big win, 7-0 over the Guardians tonight. And this episode of your Padres Postcast is brought to you by FanDuel. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you. FanDuel, right now, new customers can get $200. That's $200. Think about that. In bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins, courtesy of FanDuel, tonight's title sponsor of Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. I am Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease at Jim Grease _ is where you can find me on social media. Give me a follow. Make you holla, man. 6-0. How about that, San Diego? How's that sound? How'd that sound? Now 6-0 for the Padres, and the way that they're playing so far is really making you feel like this is a special season in the making. I mean, it has to be, right? It has to be. You have to have those feels right now. And while you're at it, smash that subscribe, hit the bell so you get alerts when we're coming your way with more content. And while you're at that as well, come on into the chat and say what's up. We already have some regulars in the chat, night in and night out. Richard, man, oh man. And then XX Reka says, let's go. Man, how about this? 11 strikeouts for Dicky Down with the king. You want to be Diggy Down. 11 strikeouts in 5 innings for Michael King. Jackson Merrill homers for the first time this season. The Padres 6-0 for the first time in franchise history. Hello, we told you yesterday they were 5-0 for the first time in franchise history. 57 seasons, and man, they look great doing it. 7-0. The win tonight. Their previous best start had been 4-0 in 1984, the Van Halen album, the George Orwell book, the year of Madonna and Prince and Bruce Springsteen. But yeah, baby, the Padres went to the World Series. Tony Gwynn hit .351 that year, and they lost to the Tigers, but that was a special Padres team with that rotation and that lineup. They had Garvey, they had Nettles, they had Templeton. Forget about it. They were loaded all the way across the board. But this team is looking pretty special. And King and 4 relievers combined on a 2-hitter tonight. 16 strikeouts for this team. First 2 games of the series, W's against the team that won the Central last year and went to the American League Championship Series in the Guardians. They've thrown shutouts in 3 of their last 4 games, 22 straight scoreless innings for the bullpen. Should I just keep going? I think I shall take a break here and continue on the other side. We're going to give you the box score, tell you who did what tonight. Pitchers, the hitters, phenomenal performance. Talk about the engine that drives this team, the full force on the gas pedal, and that is the base running of the 2025 San Diego Padres has been all-world, next-level, lights out, ridiculous at Petco. Gas lamps going crazy tonight downtown, baby. 6-0 for the Padres, 7-0. They shut out the Cleveland Guardians. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. So much more to come right here on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. This is your Padres Postcast. Yes, it is. And what a night it is in San Diego. All that and more. The star of the game, the turning point, so many more things coming your way in just a moment. Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team, San Diego, your team every day. And I get a chance to tell you about the great folks at FanDuel. Now, you know what a start the Padres have had. You know what kind of action you get on the action with the Padres. But what about March Madness? It's not only here. We got the Final Four this weekend. You got the women's Final Four as well. And FanDuel is giving you the chance to get in on the action like never before. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. That's $200 extra bucks to use on everything from buzzer beaters to Cinderella stories, even who's cutting down the nets, baby. It's my best Dickie V. You like it there? Yeah. Well, I love to pick my favorites. How about that on FanDuel? And some of my favorites are underdogs. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. Some of my favorite picks are actual underdogs. See how it is? Underdogs can be favorites. My favorites. I got my eye on a few underdogs this year, and FanDuel makes it easy to back them with spreads, totals, and game props. I get to stay in the action with tournament games happening almost every day. There's always something exciting to bet on. It's easy. It's fast. The FanDuel app is simple to use, and when I win, I get paid instantly. No waiting around. So do what I do and millions like me. Visit FanDuel.com and get in on the college hoops action all tournament long. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, baby. What a night, man. Everybody partying tonight. Everybody eating. Everybody eating. What do you think that means? That means everybody's involved for the Padres right now. They are just crushing it, and everybody is doing his share in that line. Luis Ariz drove in his first run of the season tonight. All right, one more spot to get in here for you, and that is, yeah, that's right here, the great people at Supply House. And man, you know, look, get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades, Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400,000 plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Any order. Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free TradeMaster program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. Join the TradeMaster program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5, that's SH5, for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. All right, on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Padres postcast 7-zip. They shut out the Guardians to go to 6-0. What does Richard have to say? I wish the Dodgers would lose tonight, is what Michael said. Hold up real quick, guys. One quick thing to do here. All right. Let's see. Richard says, may I ask you a question? Sure, you may. So everyone is talking about how the Blue Crew is on historical run. What the Padres are doing is historical without spending hundreds of millions. What's your thought? Well, I mean, look, the Yankees lost tonight. The Diamondbacks took care of that. Your division rival. You can thank them for that. I think the Padres are the best team in baseball right now. I do. And I know the Dodgers have all that money spent. I know. And I know this is a Padres show. But still, when you talk about Ohtani, and he could be coming back on the mound this year, you talk about Mookie Betts with the food poisoning, he still comes back, hits the game-winning homer. They traveled all the way across the world to Japan because they're just a global sensation. They remind me of the Heat when they had LeBron, Bosh, and Wade. It's like everywhere you go, you know, you see the same. No, never mind. Look up the old Snoop song if you don't know what I was going to say there. And it's the Dodgers. Come on. But what I was going to say is, you know, you see them everywhere, man. The Dodgers got those groupies. They got all those people following them. They got all those media groupies. They got all those national media people going, it's the Dodgers, it's the Dodgers, it's Shohei, hey. I mean, I'll just say this. The Padres run the bases like maniacs. They're exciting to watch. Their bullpen is as good as any in the majors. If they keep getting starts like this, no question the Dodgers on paper or whatever, their rotation looks better, right? No question. Their lineup, yeah, I mean, Ohtani and Mookie are both MVP candidates every year. It's tough to beat that, but you got Fernando and you got Manny, you got Action Jackson. I mean, yeah, maybe the lineup's a step below. I love San Diego's aggression, the way they run the bases, and I think that bullpen gives them a huge advantage in the playoffs. But it's the Dodgers, and you're going to have to beat them, and you know you're going to face them, and you know you're going to have to beat them, and you know you're going to have some great games against them over the summer, and a lot of fun and excitement, and the Giants too, and a lot of bleep being thrown back and forth. And I know, Michael, you want that NL West title, and Richard wants to see the Blue Crew cry, and I get that. I get all that. But how about right now we just worry about the 7-0 win? We just worry about the 6-0 record. We just worried about the lights out baseball. Do you know how rare it is to go 6-0 to start a season? Very rare. I'll tell you that. Only literally 3 teams in history have gone 6-0 to start the season with 3 shutouts. The Padres are one of them. Just think about that. Think about the number of stolen bases. You're scoring 2 runs in an inning without a damn hit. I mean, just putting so much pressure on this Cleveland team. It was absolutely ludicrous watching this happen. Now, keep in mind, it was a good start for Cleveland tonight, man. Cleveland had a good start to this game. Not offensively. The Padres pitching has been so great. But, for Cleveland, the start of this game, Logan Allen was all right. The Padres didn't score in the first 3 innings, which is a little bit, something a little bit new for them. All right, we got stuff to get to. You know what I mean? I get excited and you get me talking, you get me in the chat. Love you guys, appreciate you. But I got some stuff for you right here that I think you're really going to love. And first things first, I have to get to this because I always forget and I get to it after the break. We'll get better as the season goes on. But hey, they made it. I'm going to play it.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Oh, look at that right there. Look at Cronenworth, 2 RBIs, couple of hits tonight. Look at this right there. Fernando Tatis had an RBI, sac fly. Great playing situational baseball. Just a tremendous job by the Padres tonight running the bases. I mean, the aggression on the base path. This has been huge for them all season long. Look at that. And that's Luis Horizon. I think he was actually out on that play. But they make you throw them out. And they got thrown out twice yesterday. They got thrown out again tonight. They make you throw them out. Machado had 2 more hits tonight, man. 2 more hits, but this is the guy we're talking about. All you want to be is Diggy down. Down with the king. Is anybody questioning him being the ace now? Look, Musgrove's out till October. Use an ace in October, but use not an ace right now, and use not available right now, and you could rest him as long as you want if you're playing this way. The only thing that is a bit concerning, you go 5 innings with King tonight. Wouldn't have minded seeing him go 6 or 7 because the bullpen's been getting taxed, man. And now you're relying on Dylan Cease to get you some innings tomorrow night, which, look, he's 4th in the voting last year. The guy can get it done. 6-0 and you got Cease in the hole. How great is that? I mean, it's an embarrassment of riches for the Pods right now. Finish off this sweep tomorrow night, and we'll get to the future in just a moment. But, man, Arise drove in his first run tonight. Tatis was 0 for 2, but he had 2 walks, drove in 2. You know what I mean? He just is always in the middle of everything, man. He's always in the middle of everything. His 4th stolen base. Machado had his 4th stolen base tonight. Luis Arise 1 for 5 with an RBI, his first of the season. Manny Machado 2 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. Xander Bogaerts 1 for 4 with a ribby. Jackson Merrill 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored, his first home run of the season. Of course, the RBI to go with that. Yuli Gurriel was 0 for 3. Iglesias 1 for 1 with a run scored, had a stolen base. Cronenworth came in for him, went 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Lockridge 1 for 1 with a run scored and a walk. Jason Hayward had a hit tonight. Diaz, the catcher, was 0 for 3. But how about the bunt he put down? Sacrifice bunt to move runners to second and third. With 2 strikes, he got it down. Pushed it up the first base side. So things really going right for the Padres. They scored 2 runs in the 7th inning without a hit. Without a hit. I mean, think about that. Think about scoring 2 runs in an inning without a hit. How did it happen, you ask? How did it happen, you ask? Well, I'm glad that you asked because it happened on a fielder's choice and it happened on a strikeout with a drop third strike and a bad throw. And that's what you do when you put relentless pressure on your opponent. Real quick, couple of things to get to. Want to say thank you profusely. While you're here, please subscribe. Smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you'll get alerts when we're coming your way with more content here on Locked On Padres Postcast with Javier and myself. He's the podcast. I'm the postcast. We got the mostest right now, and we're lucky, right? 6-0 Padres right here in our own backyard. So make sure you hit that subscribe, the bell, and come on in the chat. Say what's up. I got a couple to get to here before we finish out the show. And also make sure that for your second listen, you check out your Locked On MLB podcast because that's dope. And you can gloat as Padres fans. You just go in the chat room. What's up, Dodgers? Hey, Dodgers. Hey, Yankees. Hey, we're 6-0. Hey. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but that was it. But Cronenworth with a good job tonight. Padres playing small ball. You're right, Richard, and you should love it. Everyone wants the long ball, but play small ball is the right way to play ball. the right way to play ball is the right way to play ball at the right times in the right situations. But when you crank up the intensity, the pressure, the heat on your opponent, the way that they do on the bases, look, I was a catcher, third baseman, and a pitcher when I played. You don't want any of that, man. It makes you very uncomfortable. You never know who's running and from where, trying to steal a base, trying to take the extra bag, take out a player or two, maybe take out the catcher. You never feel safe. You always have that little bit of quick breath, that tiny bit of anxiety, like what the hell is going on now? You can never take your eyes off the base runners, which distracts you from the hitters, and a lineup full of great ones for San Diego. It's all working right now, and without question, you'll have your moments and your times during the season when it's not. But let's enjoy this right now while we can, and let's shove it in the Dodger fans' faces. You guys are right. All right, a couple things to get to before we're out. Jim Greashopper, call me Grease. Gries. I hope you're enjoying the show. Let me know in the comments if you are. At Jim Grease _. Also, let me know if you could by subscribing to the channel, coming back for the show. We're here after every Padres game, and it is free. FREE, baby, on Roku. FREE, baby. Oh, yeah. Wherever you get your audio podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iHeart, Apple, you name it, and free right here on the YouTube channel as well. All right, here we go. We got another element to get to with tonight's game. It was 0-0. The Padres and the Guardians. It was 0-0. And again, I told you that the Padres didn't score for the first 3 innings. They got 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and 1 in the 8th. The Guardians got none. 7 runs on 10 hits for the Padres, none on 2 hits, and 2 errors committed by the Guardians. Could have been another one there. So what happened? When did this game change and go in San Diego's favor?
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
And you could really say it was anything. You could talk about down with the king. You could talk about the 11 strikeouts. You could talk about the master command and the placement and the release point issues. Yeah, as Don pointed out in the telecast, the release point issues, a thing of the past for Michael King. But I'd say the turning point right here. Bang. Look at this. There it is. Action Jackson, baby, with the solo home run in the 4th inning to wake up the offense and get it going. And then they scored 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and 1 in the 8th. They did not stop. Hey, we have to give something the turning point, and it was Action Jackson. What a rookie year he had last year. 2nd in NL Rookie of the Year voting. This year, off to a great start, doing really well, but this was his first homer of the season. Nice to see him get it done, too. Stroke one to right center, but what a start for Jackson Merrill. He's hitting 400. Manny Machado's at 381. Tatis at 409. 500 for Lockridge. I mean, Gavin Sheets wasn't even in the lineup tonight. The year that he's having so far. Tremendous season so far for San Diego. A little bit over time. One more thing to do before we get out of here.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
There he is. Well, he should have been there. There he is, down with the king. Michael, that is. What a performance by the right-hander. And, I mean, you think about what he was able to do tonight in 5 innings. Michael King, the big righty, gave you 11 strikeouts. He walked 1, only gave up 2 hits. Absolutely dominant. They weren't touching him. Their swings and misses were outrageous. So Michael King is your star of the game, and you get a little bit of help with everybody in this lineup. I mean, it starts with Tatis at the top and a rise. I mean, is there a better 2-hole hitter in baseball? No. I'll answer that for you. Machado, Bogarts, Merrill, you know what I mean? Cronenworth and Sheets. It's been a great start to the season. Jason Adam, with what he did last year, ERA in the low 1s, and look what he did again tonight. An inning in a 3rd, no hits, 2 strikeouts. Matsui was great tonight. He had, 2 walks he gave up and 2 strikeouts. Estrada, a scoreless inning. Cruz made his debut, so we have to give him a shout-out. Omar Cruz makes his debut, and he strikes out the first hitter he faced. 16 strikeouts for the Padres tonight. 9 shutouts in Major League Baseball so far this season. The Padres have 3 of them. They're the 3rd team in history to start 6-0 with 3 shutouts. It is good to be a San Diego Padres fan right now. That's all there is, San Diego. There is no more. Thank you so much for being here and watching/listening to your Padres postcast. My name is Jim Greashopper. Call me Grease. Javier does a great job with the Padres podcast, the Locked On Padres podcast, but we are here after every game with the postcast and pumped to be here with you. And before we get on out of here, let's hit the chat room one more time and see if we got anything for you. Michael, Richard, everybody else in there, thank you very much for being in here tonight. Appreciate the thanks from you, Richard, as well. Yeah, he kind of did. Jackson Merrill kind of did a little bit. He is a stud. He is a stud, but he's off to a great start this year. Thank you guys so much for being here. Love y'all, and we will be here after every game. Tomorrow, it's a daytime game, getaway day. 1:10 first pitch. We'll be here right after the game with your Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Keep your game tight and your mind right, San Diego. We're out.